Hi everyone, welcome to Kiev Kitchen. Today I'm going to be doing chicken Kiev with garlic, cheese and mushroom. So let's see how we get on. So to start with, I'm going to work on the filling, and what I've done is I've softened some butter, grated some cheese, which I can just go straight into the butter. I've got myself 2 mushrooms and I'm just going to slice them really finely and then just rough chop them to keep them nice and small when they go as the filling into my Kiev. And again, just straight into there. Have some nice fresh garlic here. But if you haven't got fresh garlic, you can use garlic from the tub, which we've been using here before. And all I'm going to do is to take one of the cloves off. All I then do is just hit the top of the clove. Be careful when you use that with a knife. And that will take off all of my skin. I hit it again, which squashes the garlic. I can then rough chop the garlic. I don't want it too fine because I really want that garlic flavour to come through in the Kiev and in the butter. I'll put that in there and then just mix that around. If you haven't got butter, you can use margarine for this, whatever you've got in your fridge. And that's my filling for the chicken Kiev. The next stage to complete the process of the Kiev is to get the penne ready, so the flour, egg and breadcrumb. So for this we've got some flour. I'm using gluten-free flour here, but of course any flour would be good. Breadcrumbs, these are gluten-free breadcrumbs. And egg, which I've beaten. So the process will be, we put the chicken into the flour, move it across to the egg, and then finally into the breadcrumb. And then you can repeat the process of the egg and breadcrumb if you want to get more of a coating of breadcrumbs on there. But that's all ready now for when I'm ready to coat the chicken Kiev. This next stage is where I'm cutting the breast, and then I'm going to open it up, what we call butterfly, and then I'm going to put the filling inside. We've got to be careful that we don't cut right the way through the chicken breast, otherwise we won't be able to fold it back properly. So all you need to do is cut approximately halfway into the chicken breast, meaning halfway down across this part of the breast here. And then it goes approximately 3/4 of the way into the breast so we can then open it up. So a good sharp knife for this. As we cut that through, then we can then open it up into the butterfly. We don't want to cut right the way through the bone or right the way through the meat. So that's what we need as far as a cut is concerned. We just don't want to go right the way through. So I've done that to both breasts now. And then underneath, you'll find that you'll have this here, which you just pull that off. This is what we call the chain. And what we're going to do is we're going to use that to seal the side of the breast when we fold it back over, so it keeps all the flavours inside. You don't have to do this, but it just makes it a little bit neater once we put the filling inside there. So I'm going to add the filling now. I'm just going to get my hands onto that and just push that filling inside. We don't want to put too much in there. If we put too much, it tends to just leak out and then it goes all very messy. And then just spread that over so we get those garlic flavours into the chicken. Once we've done that, I use my chain on this part here and fold it back over. The chain there, and we fold that back over. So we're ready to coat the Kiev now. I carefully pick my Kiev up and just put it into the flour and just push that flour over the top of the chicken. That just allows the egg to stick to that a little bit better. Shake off the excess and then into the egg. Push that right the way through, as much covering as you can on there. It does get a bit dirty. We tend to use just one hand for this when we do this in the trade. And then into the breadcrumb. Good coating of breadcrumbs on there. And as I said, if you wanted more breadcrumbs on there, you could then put it back into the egg again and back into the breadcrumb, but I'm quite happy with that. And there you have your chicken Kievs. How I would cook this is I would pan fry that to give this some colour and also to seal it. Once I've pan fried it, then I'll transfer it into the oven on approximately 160 to 170 degrees for around about 20 minutes, which will then cook through inside also. The sealing process will help with the flavours staying inside of the Kiev. Chicken Kievs have now come out of the oven. I've ensured that they've been cooked right the way through to 75 degrees or above, or just poke a fork into the bit there just by the wing and just make sure that runs clear. If it runs clear, then it's cooked right the way through and it's above 75 degrees.